So see, we had started last time. I have started this topic, depreciation. I explained you the meaning of depreciation. Then we have discussed the various causes which are responsible for the depreciation, and then these are the various methods to compute the amount of depreciation, to estimate the depreciation loss. So these are the three methods: straight line method, reducing balance method, and revaluation method. Three methods are there. So last time I had explained you straight line method. Yeah. So what are the important points regarding straight line method? That every year under this straight line method, what will happen? Every year the amount of depreciation will be same. This method applies the same amount of depreciation or same percentage rate each year. It means under the straight line method we will compute the amount of depreciation, and this whatever amount we will get, the same amount we will apply for all the years during the lifetime of the asset. Okay. So every year we will apply same amount of depreciation. Okay. And the second is what? The formula, how to compute the depreciation. The formula says what? First we will take cost of asset, and from that we will subtract the residual value. And residual value, I explained you, the resale price after expiry of the useful life of the asset. And from the cost of asset we will subtract residual value. If residual value is given in the question, then we will subtract that. And after subtracting residual value, whatever value we will get, we will divide that value with the useful life of the asset, and we will get what? Yearly depreciation. That every year how much amount we need to charge for the depreciation. Okay. So see here, today I am going to take one question actually. And through that question we will understand first straight line method again, and then we will discuss on the next method, reducing balance method. Okay. So see here we have a question. The question is visible to you? Hello? Yeah, question is visible? Yeah, so see what is there in the question. See, Mr. John's financial year ends on 31st March. 31st March is the last date of the financial year. Okay. So it means what will be the beginning date? The beginning date will be the 1st April. Yeah. So see here what given further. On 1st April 2012, he purchased the furniture costing $25,000 and paid by check. It means he brought a furniture costing $25,000 and he made the payment. Payment he made by check. And see this next line. He estimated that he would be able to use the furniture for 4 years, and then he will be able to sell that for $3,000. It means he brought the furniture and he is estimating that furniture will last for how many years? 4 years. That furniture will be useful for 4 years. So these 4 years are what? Useful life of that furniture. And after expiry of these 4 years, see, this furniture we will sell, and how much amount we will recover at that time? $3,000. This is the resale price we estimated. And now see what is given then. Compute the amount of depreciation using, first we will use the straight line method, and then we will use reducing balance method. Okay. So see, first I am going to explain you straight line method. So in straight line method, see, first I will take the year. Year first, year second, year third, and year fourth. This furniture will be useful for 4 years, isn't it? Yeah, so these are the 4 years. How many years are there? Yeah, 4 years. And who brought the furniture? Mr. John brought the furniture, and that furniture will be useful for 4 years. Okay, so see, in the first year, what will be the opening value? Opening value means the value of that asset on the first day. So Yeah, 25,000 is the cost. So that is the value. Now depreciation. What will be the depreciation? So for depreciation we have to apply the formula, isn't it? And that formula says cost of the furniture minus residual value, and what is the useful life? 4 years. So divided by 4. So we got depreciation is 5500 yearly depreciation. Now what will be the closing value? From the opening value we will subtract this depreciation, isn't it? So at the end of the year the value of the furniture will be 19,500. When I brought the furniture, at that time what was the value of furniture? 25,000. And during the year we will depreciate the furniture with how much amount? Over 5,500. So after depreciating, what will be the closing value? 19,500. And yeah, excellent. That I am about to say that this closing value will be the opening value for the second year. Agree? Now as we are using straight line method here, isn't it? So every year amount of depreciation will be same. See, in all 4 years amount of depreciation will be same. 5,500, 5,500, 5,500 and 5,500. Every year, okay? So see what will be the closing value in the second year. 95,500 minus this 5,500. So the closing value will be 14,000, isn't it? And same 14,000 will be the opening value in the year third. And see 14,000 again we will subtract this depreciation. So this is the closing value, and this closing value will be the opening value in the fourth year. Now see, out of 8,500 we will subtract this depreciation. So this is the closing value, or you can say the residual value now. 3,000 we decided, not 3,000. So after expiry of the 4 years, see this is the residual value, okay? So in this manner we have computed this depreciation. Under which method? Straight line method. Agree? Now see why is it in straight line method? See, in straight line method that amount of depreciation will be same for all years. Okay? Now today I am going to explain you that why we call this method straight line method. See what is the reason? See, if I draw a graph of this depreciation. Just a minute, let me take something to explain you. You know graph? Yeah. So see, if anybody asks me to draw a graph for this depreciation, so see year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. So every year, depreciation will be same amount, 5,500, isn't it? In this year also 5,500, in this year also 5,500, in this year also 5,500. Suppose this is the 5,500. Okay? So every year the amount of depreciation will be same. So we will get a straight line, isn't it? At 5,500 we will get a straight line. This is the straight line. This is the line of depreciation. So we are getting a straight line. That's why this method is known as straight line method. Understood? So this is the reason. Got it? Yeah. Now same question again I am going to solve you, and this time I will apply which method? Reducing balance method. Agree? Now see, so year first, second, third and fourth year. Now what is the opening value? 25,000. Now depreciation we have to apply. Now see what is the rate of depreciation given here? 40% per annum. See here, this is D actually. In D point C, what is given here? Reducing balance method we need to apply. And the rate is given. We need to depreciate the furniture at the rate of 40%. So see here, I will calculate 40% of this 25,000. Isn't it? So see the 40%. So the 40% will become 10,000. Okay. So what will be the closing value? 25,000 minus 10,000. This is the closing value. Agree? And this closing value will be the opening value. And again see in second year we need to compute depreciation again at the rate of 40%. But this 40% now we will apply on the opening value. Isn't it? Under straight line method, what we have done? We have computed depreciation only one time, and same amount we applied for the remaining years, for the coming years, isn't it? But here we can't do that same thing. Here we have to compute depreciation every year. So see the depreciation in the second year. See, on opening value you have to apply. This is the opening value now. So on this $15,000 at the rate of 40%. So this will be the depreciation. Agree? Now what is the closing value this time? The closing value, what is it? Just a minute. The closing value will be now 15,000 minus 6,000. Agree? 9,000 we got. And this 9,000 will be the opening value. Isn't it? Now again we need to compute depreciation on this opening value and at the rate of 40%. So this will come 3600. Now what will be the closing value? 9,000 minus 3600. So this is the closing value. And what will be the opening value now? 5,400. Now again we need to compute depreciation on 5,400 and it's 40%. So we got this closing value. Agree? Now see what will be the closing value. So this is the closing value, 3,250. Now see why this method is called reducing balance method. See here, every year the amount of depreciation is reducing now. In the first year what was the depreciation? 10,000. And in the second year $6,000. Then third year 3,600 and fourth year $2,160. It means every year the amount of depreciation is reducing. That's why it is called what? Reducing balance method. Isn't it? So actually this is the realistic method. Reducing balance method is the realistic method. So why realistic? See, when value of every year value of asset is decreasing, every year decreasing, isn't it? Then how come amount of depreciation will be same? Amount of depreciation should also reduce, isn't it? But this realistic point is not followed in the straight line method. In straight line method, see, every year value of asset is decreasing, but amount of depreciation is same. How come? This is not the realistic thing, isn't it? When see asset was of 25,000, then also depreciation for 5,500. And when the value of asset came to 8,500, then also how much depreciation? 5,500. So this is not the realistic thing, isn't it? When value of asset is decreasing, the amount of depreciation should also decrease. But this will happen only under which method? Reducing balance method. See, asset value is decreasing every year, 25,000 to 15, 15 to 9,000, 9,000 to 5,400. Every year value decreasing, so see amount of depreciation is also decreasing. But this thing will not happen under the straight line method. Understood? Yeah. So in spite of this drawback, still we use the straight line method. Straight line method is very easy because you need to compute depreciation only one time, and same amount you need to apply for the coming years. But in not 40%, whatever rate given in the question. Yeah. So under reducing balance method, we need to compute depreciation every year, and at whatever rate given in the question, and that rate of depreciation we need to apply on the opening value of the asset. Got it? So understood how to compute the amount of depreciation under both the methods. Now see, after computing the depreciation, we need to record the depreciation. So see, for recording we need to pass journal entries. Agree? So see, two entries, again I am explaining you both the entries. Two entries are there. First entry for buying the asset and second entry for charging the depreciation. So see what will be the first entry. We brought furniture, isn't it? So increase in asset debit, isn't it? Furniture account will be debited. How much amount? 25,000. And we paid by check, isn't it? We paid by check. So payment will take place from bank, isn't it? So bank balance will decrease, so decrease in asset, credit. Understood? So this is the entry. This entry will pass when we buy the asset. Increase in asset debit, decrease in asset credit. Agree? We bought furniture, so furniture increase debit, and we paid by check, so bank balance will decrease. So bank is our asset, so decrease in asset credit. Got it? So this is the entry. When we will pass this entry? When we at the time of buying the asset. Okay? Now see at the end of the year what we will do. At the end of the year we will charge the depreciation. Okay? So see under statement method what is the amount of depreciation? 5500. So with this amount I will pass the entry. So tell me this 5500 is profit or loss? This 5500 is profit or loss? Loss. So we will debit the loss, isn't it? So in place of loss account I will debit profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. In place of debiting the loss account, which account I will debit? Profit and loss account with the amount of depreciation. So see what is the amount of depreciation? 5000, 5500, isn't it? Yeah. And now just a minute. Yeah. Agree? See, this 5500 is loss. One thing agree. So we need to debit the loss account. But in place of loss account, we are debiting which account? Profit and loss account. Because if you debit the loss account, then also eventually you will transfer that loss to which account? Profit and loss only. If you debit the loss account and then finally you have to transfer that loss account to which account? Profit and loss. So rather, it is a good idea, rather debiting the loss account, straight away debit which account? Profit and loss account. Okay? Now see, I need to decrease the furniture, isn't it? So furniture should be credited. Agree or not? So, but rather crediting furniture account, I will open a separate account, contra asset account. And the name of that contra asset account is what? Provision. Provision for depreciation account. This is contra asset account. Agree? I am writing this provision for depreciation account in place of furniture account. This is contra asset account. Getting my point? So every year this entry will pass at the time of buying the asset, and at the end of the every year we will pass this entry. Understood or not? Yeah. So this is loss, so I debited profit and loss account, and this is contra asset account. Instead of writing furniture account, I wrote which account? Provision for depreciation account. So every year at the end of the for the amount of depreciation we will pass this entry. I am changing here the amount. I am considering the amount as per this reducing balance method. Okay. So I am writing here 10,000. Under reducing balance method, what was the amount of depreciation in the first year? 10,000, isn't it? So I am considering these values. So this is the entry, and I drop the furniture. So see the posting. So I drop furniture in which year? 2012, April 1st, isn't it? Yeah, and see furniture, just a minute. Yeah. So in the entry, see furniture account debited, isn't it? So on the debit side, I will write the name of the opposite account then. Agree? And how much amount? 25,000. Got it? Now see at the end of the year, when the year will over? The year will over on 2013, 31st March, isn't it? See this year started on this date, April 1st, 2012. So the year will over on 2013, 31st March. Agree? So on this date, and this is the last date, and on this date I pass this entry for the depreciation. What entry? Which entry I passed? This. This is not the contra entry, this is the contra account actually. Yeah. So I pass this entry now at the end of the year. So see, profit and loss debit, provision account credit, isn't it? So provision account credited, so on the credit side. So 2013 March 31st. On the credit side I will write the name of the opposite account. Profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. I am writing the abbreviation. So profit and loss account, how much amount? 10,000. Agree? So on the first date I brought furniture, and this is the posting of that, buying furniture. The entry which I passed now to buy the asset, and this is the entry, this is the posting of the depreciation at the end of the year. Okay. Now after making posting, see, I will compute the balance of both the accounts. So see, furniture account will show which balance? Debit balance, because total of debit is more. Agree? On the last date, 2013, March 31st. On the 31st March, the year is the last, and year will over now. March 31st, I will compute the balance. Balance carried down, same amount. And in the next year, when next year will start? 2013 April 1st, isn't it? April 1st. So on this date I will write balance brought down. And how much amount? Same amount, isn't it? And same thing, it means furniture account is showing which balance? Debit balance. This is debit balance, and see, in the next year I showed that a debit balance on the debit side, isn't it? Now same balance I will compute here. Now provision account will show which balance? Credit balance. The total of credit is more, 10,000, and I will write here balance carried down, and on the last date, 2013 March 31st. Agree? Now this is the credit balance, and this credit balance I will show 2013 April 1st, isn't it? Next year, beginning date. Agree or not? Balance brought down. This credit balance I will write on the credit side. Agree? Yeah. Now we are in the which years? First year or second year? No, year 1 or year 2? Yeah, so in the second year, see, this is the opening balance, and this is also opening balance. Furniture is showing debit balance, and provision is showing credit balance, isn't it? Now again on the last date, so when the year will over? Tell me. No, 2014 March 31st. 2014, it's not taking, just a minute. 2014 March 31st. Year will over now. So again I will pass this entry, isn't it? Profit and loss account debit and provision account. This is entry for providing the depreciation. But this time this second entry I will pass with how much amount? $6,000, isn't it? So see, under the straight line method, the amount of depreciation in the second year is how much? 6,000, isn't it? Yeah. So again profit and loss debit, provision account credit. So in the provision account on the credit side I will write profit and loss account, the name of the opposite account, isn't it? With how much $6,000. Agree? Now again I will compute balance. So this time see, the balance of provisions account will be 16,000, isn't it? Yeah, so see the balance 16,000 will come, and I will write here balance carried down. Okay, and I will put the date, last date 2014 March 31st. Understood? Now this balance again I will transfer on which side? On the credit side. Just a minute. Yeah, see, this is the credit. Next year will be what? 2014 April 1st. April 1st, isn't it? Yes or not? So I will brought forward this balance. How much? 16,000. Understood? Now we are in which year, tell me? Now we are in the third year. Year 1 over, year 2 over, now we entered in third year. Now in third year, see, this is the opening balance of provision account. How much? 16,000. And now when the year will over? 2015 March 31st, isn't it? Now again I will charge depreciation. Again I will pass this entry, profit and loss account debited, provision account credit, isn't it? This time with how much amount? 3600, isn't it? This time with 3600. See here, the amount of depreciation in the third year is 3600. So provision account created in the entry. So on the credit side I will write the name of the opposite account, profit and loss account, with how much amount? 3600. Agree? Now see what will be the balance. This time balance will be what? 19,600, isn't it? So 19,600 and same balance 19,600 will. So I will write balance carried down, and I will put the last date 2015 March 31st. This is the last date. Understood? So for 3 years I have developed the provision account, isn't it? And for 1 more year I will develop. So same thing will happen. This balance will come here, and again I will charge the depreciation, and in the 4th year I will charge depreciation how much? This much amount, $2,160. Understood? So I hope you got the idea, isn't it? But furniture account will show same balance. There is no change in the value of furniture. In the first year also it was of 25,000. In the second year also it is 25,000. Though value of furniture is reducing, but in books of account we will show furniture at its original value. And every year depreciation is accumulating in this contra account. So now see, if anybody asks me that what is the value of furniture at the end of the third year, and we have prepared this provision account now for 3 years. So if anybody asks me that what is the value of furniture at the end of the third year, so see what I will tell. So first I will take the opening value, how much? 25,000, and minus 3 years depreciation. This is 3 years accumulated depreciation. It means by the end of the third year furniture account is depreciated up to this much amount. So this 19,600 I will subtract. Opening value was 25,000 when I brought the furniture, but by the end of the third year furniture was depreciated up to this much amount. So at the end of the year, what is the value of furniture? So see, this is the value of furniture, 5,400. Understood? So whenever we want to know the actual value of furniture, so what we will do? Actual value of the asset. So what we will do? First we will take the opening value of the asset, and then we will subtract this balance of this provision account. So provision account, see, provision for depreciation, and its balance is 19,600. So that I will subtract, and I will get the actual value of the actual book value of the furniture is 5,400. This 25,000 is what? This is the cost price, not the actual book value. This is the actual book value at the end of the third year. Understood? After expiry of the useful life, when we will sell the asset, then how to record that, we will discuss in our coming classes. Okay? So sufficient for today. Okay, see you tomorrow.